सदा शिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। So all of you can, okay, Ramesh is there. So all of you can repeat after me. Om Bhadram Karnebhihi
Om Bhadram Karnebihi
Shrunuyama Devaha
Srunuyama Devaha
Bhadram Pashyema
Bhadram Pashyema
Akshabhir Yajatraha
Akshabhir Yajatraha
Sthirairangaihi
Sthirairangaihi
Tushtuvagum Sastanubhihi
Tushtuvagam Sastanubhihi
Yashema Devahitam Yadayuhu
Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu
Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha
Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha
Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha
Swasti nah Pusha Vishwavedaha
Swasti Nastarkyo Arishtanemihi
Swasti Nastarksho Arishtanemihi
Swasti no Brihaspatirdadhatu
Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadhatu
Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.
Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.
So we are studying the Mundakopanishad, which is part of the Atharvana Veda. In particular, we are studying the Bhaashyam, commentary of the Upanishad, commentary written by Shankaracharya. A person who writes commentary is called Bhashyakara. Bhashyakara. Bhashyan karoti iti Bhashyakara. And so, therefore, we refer to Shankaracharya in these discussions as Bhashyakara. Bhashyakara. Bhashyakara says this. Bhagavan Bhashyakara is making an observation, is interpreting the word with two meanings. Like that, we'll say Bhagavan Bhashyakara, like that. So, the last class I forgot to explain one particular phrase here. That is, where are we now? I hope all of you have picked up the right. You should be on page 12 of your PDF, right? The top is what we are going to start. But before that, there is a quotation. There's a quotation in Manusmriti, right? Yosavatindriyo agrahyaha is there in the Gita press. That I did not explain. So there, Shankaracharya explained the meaning of the word Prathamas sambhabuva. Prathamaha, he gave two meanings. And then this is talking about samyak swatantriyena. So born out of himself, out of his own choice, like that it was said. So he's saying that's well known. It's not my creation. It is there in Manusmriti also. And that shows Shankara's knowledge of our scriptures is complete. Shruti is there, Smriti also. Then he says here, Yaha asau atindriyaha agrahyaha. Like that he's saying. So atindriya literally means that which is not perceptible to any of the organs, sense organs. Sense organs and mind also. Indriya includes mind, intellect, and all. And therefore agrahya, not graspable. Not graspable. It means you can't even conceptualize. At best, you can conceptualize and it will be a wrong concept because you've conceptualized. Okay. And so agrahya. But the sentence continues. Okay. It says then sukshmaha, abhyaktaha, sanatanaha, sarvabhutamayaha, achintyaha. Then final last two words you may want to write down. Swayam udbabhau. Swayam udbabhau. So dot dot dot. Swayam udbabhau. Udbabhau. And that means what? Swayam udbabhau. Swayam abhavat. Swayam ajayat. Means of his own accord, choice. Brahmaji came into being. That is the one that Shankaracharya remembers and says it's good for us to know that. So that's the, I hope that's clear now. Ityadi smritehe. Smritehe. Smriti. Smriti is any text that is outside the Veda is called smriti. And Manusmriti. Manusmriti has the name smriti in it also. So he's saying like this, it's not just one smriti, but others also quote like this. Like that he's saying. All right. In Kathopanishad also we saw this Hiranya Garbhaha comes and Prathamaha is there. And so, like this, we'll encounter this periodically. All right. Now let's read the Bhaashyam. We have to read from Saha Evam Prakhyataha. Prakhyata Mahatva. That's where we have to read.
Yes, Guruji. Page
Yeah.
8.
Yeah. Page 12, top of the page. Your page, I think it's page
Page
8.
8, Jayakumar.
Page
Page 8.
Yeah, got it. Top of page 8 for you. Gita press, top of page 12. All right. Saha
सः
evam prakhyata mahatvaha
एवं प्रख्यातमहत्त्वः
brahma
ब्रह्मा
brahma vidyam
ब्रह्मविद्यां
brahmanaha
ब्रह्मणः
paramatmanaha
परमात्मनः
vidyam brahma vidyam
विद्यां ब्रह्मविद्यां
yenaksharam purusham veda
येनाक्षरं पुरुषं वेद
satyam
सत्यम्
iti visheshanat.
इति विशेषणात्.
Yeah. So you can put a full stop after visheshanat. And Saha evam prakhyata mahatvaha brahma brahma vidyam. Within brackets, you can say praha. That verb that is there in the mantra is praha. You can put that verb there also. And put a semicolon or a full stop there. That'll be easy for us to interpret. So, saha evam prakhyata mahatvaha brahma brahma vidyam praha. All right. So, praha is the verb. Having explained this Brahmaji, who is Devanam Pratamaha Sambhabuva, who is Vishwasya Karta, who is Bhuvanasya Gopta, all that explained. And why is he explaining all these things? Why is Upanishad saying all this? Hey, Vidyastutaye, Brahmanaha Vidyastutaye. For praising the subject that we are studying. Praising the subject. These are all our people. They were in our land and then they taught. And like I'm reminded of this in one of the schools, all these high school students were all gathered. And I told them the story of Pythagoras. And I asked them, what is this theorem? They said Pythagoras theorem and all. Suppose I tell you, Pythagoras studied this in India. And this theorem was invented by one Bodhayana 200 years before Pythagoras. How will you feel like that? I asked. And then they were all excited, to say the least. And so, like that, when somebody says this is Brahmaji's teaching, we are happy about it, we are proud about it. All right. Saha, Saha, Praha. Saha means that Brahma, Praha, taught, taught. Taught what? Brahma Vidyam Praha. Okay. Taught Brahma Vidya. Okay, Saha Brahma, also Shankaracharya says. And who is this Brahma? Evam Prakhyata Mahatvaha. Evam Prakhyata Mahatvaha. Whose Mahatva, whose reputation is Prakhyataha. Well known and talked about. Not an ordinary guy, he knows everybody, even a child knows about Brahmaji. At least they doesn't know all the details, but Brahmaji means they know. So Prakhyata Mahatvaha. One whose whose fame, which I have described to you earlier, not I described, Upanishad says, okay, is well known, whose fame is well known, reputation is well known, whose glory is well known, okay. Evam means this above mentioned, just now mentioned attributes are well known. Brahma, that Brahma taught Brahma Vidya. Okay, we can put a full stop there so that the sentence is broken and it's easier for us to grasp the meaning of what's coming. Okay. And then now he is going to, because Brahma Vidya is there, Shankaracharya is saying, I have to now explain to you what is Brahma Vidya. And so he's saying, he's going to give two meanings. Two meanings he's going to give. Let's see what is the first meaning. Brahmanaha Paramatmanaha Vidyam Brahma Vidya. Iti Visheshanat. All right. So, what is the Brahma Vidya? It is Brahmanaha Vidya. Brahmanaha Vidya. What is Brahmanaha? Paramatmanaha Vidya. Not Brahmaji's Vidya. Paramatmanaha Vidya. It means what? It is the knowledge of Paramatma. Knowledge of Paramatma. Knowledge of Paramatma. The word Brahma Vidya defines for us what is that subject you're going to talk about. Like psychology means what? Ology of psych. Study of the mind. Okay, geology, study of geo. Geo means all this earth, rocks and minerals and whatnot, mountains and formations and everything will be there under geology. That's all it is. So Brahma Vidya, Brahmology, something like that. That's what it is. So Brahmanaha, Paramatmanaha Vidya, knowledge of Paramatma. Paramatma. So Paramatma means what? Paramcha Atmacha. It is Atma and it is infinite also. It's limitless also. That is called Paramatma. So right there is a Mahavakyam. Jivatma is Paramatma. Paramatma also has the name Atma in it. The word Atma in it, which is referring to me actually speaking. So Paramatma, the knowledge of Paramatma, knowledge pertaining to Nirgunam Brahma. Okay. Then what? Yenaksharam Purusham Veda Satyam. Okay. This he is quoting. Shankaracharya is quoting, which comes in this Mundakopanishad mantra. He's given that number 1 to 13. It's going to come in the second Kandha of the first Mundaka. Okay. Iti Visheshanat is Shankaracharya is saying, it's not my definition, Paramatmanaha Vidya and all. Hey, this one Upanishad itself is telling us, Yena Aksharam Purusham Veda Satyam. Okay, then later on, Provacha Tam Tattvataha Brahma Vidyam. Like that, you have to fill it up. Dot, dot, dot. If you go back and look up that 1 to 13, you will see it will end with Brahma Vidyam. Like that, it will end. So, Provacha, there also, like Praha, taught, Tam Tattvataha. So, Tam Brahma Vidya. That Brahma Vidya was taught. And what is that Brahma Vidya? Aksharam, Purusham, Satyam. These are all words which is referring to Atma, Brahma. No other word can refer to these things, or no other word can be referred by these words. Aksharam. Aksharam naksharati iti aksharaha. So naksharati is what? Ekameva advitiyam Atma Brahma naksharati. So aksharam Purusham. We saw the meaning of Purusham also. Puraushati, one who dwells the body, indwells the body, or sarvam purayati iti purushaha, that which fills up everything that is there is purushaha. So it is referring to Atma and Brahma only. And so Satyam also. Satyam. This Satyam is a very important idea. This is what differentiates Vedanta from every other, not just religions. Vishishta, Advaita, Advaita, everything different. Why do you say that? Hey, in Vishishta Advaita, everything is Satyam. Everything is Satyam. Jiva is Satyam. Samsara is Satyam. Swarga is Satyam. And so my going is Satyam. Everything is Satyam. So there is a roadblock there. This is not acceptable. Everything can't be Satyam. And so Satyam doesn't change. How can you apply the word Satyam to things that change? Not possible. All right. So Satyam Brahma. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. That's where it is said. So therefore, iti Visheshanat. Because of that description, we would interpret the word Brahma Vidya as Paramatmanaha Vidya. Paramatma Vidya. Paramatma Vidya. That is the meaning of Brahma Vidya. All right. Let's read this. Paramatma Vishaya.
परमात्म विषया
Hi sa
ही सा
Brahmana
ब्रह्मणा
va
वा
agrajena ukta
अग्रजेन उक्ता
iti Brahma Vidya.
इति ब्रह्म विद्या.
Yeah. So Paramatma Vishaya hi sa. If you don't have a full stop, you can put a full stop there. And then after Brahma Vidya, Brahmana va agrajena ukta iti Brahma Vidya, you can put a full stop there. In Gita Press, it's not there. See, this traditional teaching and all, they don't worry about commas, full stops and all. They keep on writing. That it becomes a tradition. And then we have to look, we have got used to all these things, hyphen and semicolon and all these things. So we have to put all these punctuation marks. All right. So he's concluding that idea by saying Paramatma Vishaya hi sa. Hey, sa Brahma Vidya, sa, because Srilingam. So sa Vidya, Brahma Vidya. Paramatma Vishaya. It is something whose topic is Paramatma. Indeed. Everything else is Aparavidya. Everything you have studied so far is Aparavidya, including Sanskritam. Okay. Even though it's called Deva Bhasha, it is still Aparavidya only. If Sanskritam itself is Aparavidya, every other language has got to be Aparavidya only. And so everything is Aparavidya. And so he's saying Paramatma Vishaya, Hisa, Paravidya, Hisa. Okay. And then he's going to now give another meaning to the word Brahma Vidya. How do we know he's going to give another meaning? Va. There is a word va. Brahmana va. Va means or. And in English, or would be in the beginning of the sentence. That also may be a bit awkward, but that va is hiding there. Or means what? Another interpretation to the word Brahma Vidya is Brahmana agrajena ukta iti Brahma Vidya. Very simple. Ukta. Ukta means told. Told by Brahmaji. Brahmana here means Brahmaji. Okay. Told by Brahmaji. And who is this Brahmaji? Agrajena. He is Agrajaha. Agre jayate iti Agrajaha. Firstborn. Prathamajaha. Prathamajena ukta iti. That Brahmaji. Not Nirgunam Brahma. So Agrajena. Nirgunam Brahma, you can't use the word adjective Agrajaha. That is why he is saying Agrajaha. This firstborn Brahmaji, told by or taught by Brahmaji. Therefore, also you can call this knowledge as Brahma Vidya. Two meanings. Two meanings are there. Brahma is the topic of Vidya or taught by Brahmaji. Two meanings are there. And so, because of the word, that adjective Agrija, you know that Brahmana cannot refer to Nirgunam Brahmana. It has to mean Hiranya Garbhena. Hiranya Garbha is another word for Brahmaji. All right. Chaturmukha Brahmana. All right. All right. So, let's read the next one. Sarva Vidya Pratishtham.
Sarva Vidya Pratishtham.
Sarva Vidya
Sarva Vidyam.
Abhivyakti Hetutvat.
Vyakti Hetutvat.
Sarva Vidya
Sarva Vidyam.
Ashrayam Ityarthaha.
Ashrayam Ityartaha.
Okay. You want to pause there. You can put a semicolon or full stop if you have a full stop. See, I'm not looking at your notebook. That's why I'm saying these. See, your notebook is here. Yeah, there is a full stop there. So now the word is Sarva Vidya Pratishtham. He has explained, where are we now? We are now in the third quarter of the mantra. Okay. Sab Brahma Vidyam Sarva Vidya Pratishtham. So that Sarva Vidya Pratishtham is beginning to explain. And he's saying, now what happened? Brahma has been explained with two meanings. Brahma Vidya has been told or explained with two meanings. Now, the Sarva Vidya Pratishtham also is going to give two meanings. Okay? Two meanings. Just FYI, right? And so, previously Brahma Vidya was glorified indirectly by saying, hey, it's taught by Brahmaji, like that. It's indirect glorification of the knowledge, okay, based on who taught it. But now, direct glorification of Brahma Vidya is going to come. These are the things that are going to happen, right? So he's going to say, let's see what he says. Tam, okay, all right. Tam Sarva Vidya Pratishtham Sarva Vidya Abhivyakti Hetutvat Sarva Vidya Shrayam Ityarthaha. Tam means what? Vidyam, Brahma Vidyam, because Srilingam, right? So Tam within brackets you can say Brahma Vidyam. It's not said here, but that is to be, that's how it is understood. Tam Brahma Vidya. Praha. Praha is anyway there. Tam Brahma Vidyam Praha. That Brahma Vidya taught. Brahma taught. So Brahma, Tam, Brahma Vidyam, Praha. Okay. And so what is this Brahma Vidya? It is Sarva Vidya Pratishtham. Huge statement he's making here. And he's saying, Sarva Vidya Abhivyakti Hetutvat. A Hetu means cause. Abhivyakti means manifesting. I told you the other day. In our dharma, there is no such thing as creation. Nothing can be created out of nothing. Out of zero, nothing can come. Therefore, this word creation we don't use at all. Just colloquially, you can say creation and all. But when you're talking about creation, the word itself doesn't apply. Because Western idea of creation is the world was created out of nothing. Come on. God can create world out of nothing. You cannot create anything out of nothing. That I can understand. But God, come on. God, you should give it. He can do whatever he wants. We say God also is helpless. God also cannot create anything out of nothing. This is Sanatana Dharma. So therefore he uses the word Abhivyakti. Abhivyakti means what? Something is unmanifest, like the seed. The tree is there in the seed very much, but unmanifest. Unmanifest means not perceptible to our senses. It is there. And that same, whatever is unmanifest just manifests itself. That's all. That's all. You can say tree is quote unquote created. We will say tree has become abhivyajanam, abhivyaktihi. Tree has manifested. From what? From a non-tree. Yeah, okay, non-tree, but that it was unmanifest in the seed. From a bijaha, bijat. All right. So he's saying, okay, sarva vidya. Manifestation of what? Sarva vidya. All fields of knowledge. Brahma Vidya is the cause of the manifestation of all fields of knowledge. Means what? It is the cause of all fields of knowledge. What a bold statement this is. Okay. Brahma Vidya has created all other Vidyas like our geology, psychology, and botany and zoology and everything. Medicine and so on. Correct? That's what he's saying. Sarva Vidya, Ashesham, without leaving anything. So Paravidya is the cause of Aparavidya. Right? We now can use these words. We can use all these words. Paravidya is the cause of, has created Aparavidya. Let's use the word creation. Produced. Paravidya has produced Aparavidya. What he's saying? Let's see if that's correct or not. And so he's saying, now, before we go further, we have to spend some time on this. Okay. So let's understand this. There is a company that is manufacturing products. The name of the company is Apple. Okay, Apple, and we have to use Apple because yesterday the New Year's Eve they say Apple and all that. So Apple is there in the head. So I said Apple. Okay, Apple. Apple is manufacturing, let's say, iPhones, and this manufacturing iPhones is not an ordinary thing. There are thousands of parts going into this iPhone. For us, it is only one object that you hold in the hand. Okay, but there are so many people supplying parts to the Apple, correct, to the company, and it's all being assembled. I saw a video where they're manufacturing the glass that is there on top of the phone, that glass, smooth glass. And I saw that the video was there, the company, who they manufacture and all they were talking. So there is a glass manufacturing is there. There is a case manufacturing. And then inside, of course, chip and all what to talk about. And so many things are going on. Chip is there and whatnot is there. Okay. So many parts are there. It's actually heavy. So many parts are there. So there must be a speaker, small speaker must be there. There must be a microphone somewhere here. Everything must be there. So all these people are manufacturing. Apple is not manufacturing all this. Somebody is manufacturing. Now tell me that somebody was created by who? Somebody was created by Apple. That somebody's existence depends on Apple's existence. That is why when the sales of iPhones dip Then Apple is worried, all right, but all these somebodies are all worried also. The glass manufacturer is worried, and the speaker manufacturer also is worried. So Apple is coughing means this guy gets a flu, right? Why? Because Apple is the support. Look at the next word, Ashraya. He's saying, what does he say? Sarva Vidya uh, Ashrayam ityarthaha. Ashraya. Apple is Ashraya, the support, the basis of all these companies. All these companies. Okay. That's why some people say, make in India. Some people criticize and say, in India, what you're making? Some little small plastic casing for iPhone you make here. And you call if you made iPhone in India. Like that they criticize. Anyway, that's a separate thing. So Ashraya. Apple is what? The Ashraya of all those somebodies that are supplying. All the suppliers of the iPhone manufacturing. Okay. So like this, we can give many examples. Even at home, we can give example. You're washing a plate in your kitchen. Okay. The plate is absolutely useless if you are not having food at home. If people are not having food at home, the plate, the existence itself is useless, irrelevant it is. So plate becomes meaningful because there is some cooking to be done. There is a vessel and there is food inside. You have to cover the vessel like this with the plate, or you have to put the plate on the table and put some food on the table. Otherwise, this plate becomes irrelevant. Only plate becomes irrelevant. The vessels become irrelevant. So everything that is there in the kitchen and your heater, gas, microwave, everything becomes irrelevant if it is all relevant because food has to be consumed. The consumer of food must be there in this place. Only then the kitchen idea itself becomes relevant. So this, you can say, food is the ashraya for the entire kitchen, or the guy who consumes food is the ashraya for the entire kitchen, whichever way you want, you can say. Okay. You go out there to the temple and you see all these people. The temple is surrounded by all these shops. They depend on us. They depend on us for buying flowers, for buying garlands, for buying this agarbatti, for buying this camphor, for buying the coconut. And for like this, these stores will be littered by all these things. Archana, they'll come and ask you, sir, 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 please, please. In India, they'll ask you all this. So best thing to do is just buy something because they depend on us. The 100 rupees, 200 that you give is so important. That's the temple economy. It's called temple economy. Okay, because temple is the ashraya for all these people. They will go out of business if we don't go to the temple. That's how they depend on us. Okay. Sometimes here in our senior citizen homes, the maids and all will come. They'll come and inquire if you're not well. They'll say you must get better. And they'll say, literally they'll say this, if you don't get well, then we will suffer. Like that they will say. Literally they say that. No, sir, you have to be well. Means we depend on you. That's what they say. So you got the idea. You got the idea. There is this guy who comes. He's the knife sharpener. Shana solva Tamil. In Tamil, we have a word called shana. There in those days, the guy used to go and he used to have this grinding wheel. On the cycle, they have it. And he's cycling, but then in the middle, there is a wheel. And then he will get off the cycle and then he will change the gear. And now the wheel is starting to grind and people come with their knives, and then they give it, and then he sharpens it. Shane, Shane, like that you hear 10 o'clock, 10:30, you hear it. Shane. Then you wonder, who is this Shane? People have forgotten Shanes and all that. And then here he comes because this is a senior citizen home. And so big kitchen is there. And so a lot of knives must be there. So the guy comes with a bag full of knives. And some of us will go with 1, 2 knives, 3 knives, something like that. So suppose we start buying all these 10 rupees, 20 rupees knives from made in China, what will happen? This guy goes out of business. I saw a video where they talk about this guy, some name they gave, and the knife sharpener, he goes out of business. They don't exist these days anymore. So we are the ashraya for that guy also, right? So that is the meaning of this ashraya. Okay. But now Vidya, we have to come to Vidya somehow from this discussion. Okay. What are you studying? I'm studying medicine. Medicine is, let's say, Ayurveda. Medicine. I'm studying Ayurveda. Why are you studying Ayurveda? I want to help people. You want to help people? So why should you? That's it. That's all. No. I also want to make some money. Oh, I also want to make some money. Okay, all right. I want to make some money and help people along the way. Also, all right. Why do you want to make money? Because I have to survive. Okay, you have to survive. Therefore, you're making money. And then, what is the purpose of surviving? Then we say, you have to make a lot of money. Go ahead and make a lot of money. And there's a purpose for making a lot of money besides just survival. Hey, you can't say, what is the purpose of life? To survive. No, nobody says that. Purpose of life can't be just survival. Everybody's surviving. Animals are also surviving. So your goal has to be more subtle, more profound than that. And so the purpose of life, purpose of making money is what? Is to make so much money that finally you understand this money cannot bring me happiness. So therefore, the purpose of making money is what? To become a viragi. Viragi. I have to be a viragi. Then what? Then only I will come to Atma. Then only the purpose of life will be served. And so, what is the final purpose of studying medicine? To come to Brahma Vidya. Ayurveda Vidya. Ayurveda purpose is what? Brahma Vidya. That means what? Without Brahma Vidya, Ayurveda is meaningless. Without Brahma Vidya, engineering is meaningless. Without Brahma Vidya, study of nutrition is meaningless. Apara Vidya is meaningless, irrelevant without Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya has caused all these Vidyas. Because Brahma Vidya cannot fill my stomach. Brahma Vidya cannot fill my stomach. You need Apara Vidya. You need the Vidya of cooking. Otherwise, you will simply stare at all these things and you will perish. And so that's the connection here. Brahma Vidya is caused. What hetutvat? Okay, Sarva Vidya. What does he say? Sarva Vidya. Abhivyakti hetutvat. Abhivyakti. All these sciences have come into being from Brahma Vidya. They are supposed to attract me and then push me towards Brahma Vidya. That's the idea here. Very profound statement he's making here. Just 2 words he's using. But there is so much to understand. All right. That's one meaning. One meaning. And here itself, we can give another meaning. What is the other meaning? Apara Vidya is what? Apara Vidya is study of all these sciences. Study of the universe, various aspects of the universe. Nutrition is one aspect of the universe. Botany is another aspect. Animals study, zoology is another aspect. You keep on studying, keep on studying. So much is there to studying. And so, Apara Vidya is the study of all these Anatma Vishayaha. Correct? Anatma Vishayaha. And Anatma depends on what for its existence? Mithya depends on what for its existence? Mithya depends on Atma for its existence. That's why we call it Mithya, in fact. That's why we call it Anatma, in fact. So, Anatma depends on Atma for its existence, Brahma for its existence. Okay? And Brahma Vidya and Brahma are identical. Even though Brahma Vidya is Vidya of Brahma, knowledge of Brahma, this is the only Vidya where you can say Brahma Vidya is Brahma. No other Vidya, entire world of Apara Vidya. Geology is not stone. Geology is the study of stone. Geology is the knowledge. Then this is study of stone. The biology, zoology, everything is like that. Only here, not only Brahma Vidya is Brahma, the person who knows the Brahma Vidya also is Brahma. That is why we can make a statement, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwaraha. Otherwise, the statement is meaningless. Okay. Therefore, Brahma Vidya is Brahma. And okay, and this Anatma depends on Atma. Atma is Brahma Vidya. Therefore, Brahma Vidya is Satyam. Apara Vidya, Sarva Vidya is Mithya, which depends on Brahma Vidya for its existence. Wow, what a stretch it is. Okay, think about it. Think about it. These are the two interpretations of that. So what Shankaracharya is saying, Sarva Vidya Abhivyakti Hetutvat. Right. And therefore, he's saying here, Sarva Vidya Ashraya. Brahma Vidya is what? Sarva Vidya Ashraya. Ashraya. Ashraya means support. That which it is like water is the support for the wave. Water is the support for the ocean. Water is the support for the wave. Water is what supports. Like clay is the support of the pot. Clay is the ashraya of the pot. Like that, Brahma Vidya is the ashraya of Sarva Vidya. All right. We can give examples in the area of Vedic knowledge also. Yeah, these are all Laukika. Using Laukika examples, I've given you the meanings. But let's look at the next one. Okay, let's do this. Vedic learning. See, this biology, zoology, and all we are saying using these words. But those days they did not use those words. When Shankaracharya taught this, he was not using those words. What would he have used? Okay, he would have used the Chaturdasha Vidyasthanani example. We saw it some time ago in another class. We saw it, Kandha class, correct? Chaturdasha Vidyasthanani. There are 14 fields of knowledge, 14 sciences, quote unquote. Angani Vedas Chatvaraha, Mimamsa Nyaya Vistaraha, Puranam Dharma Shastram Cha, Vidyahyeta Chaturdasha. Like that, there is a beautiful shloka. Let me explain briefly. Angani Vedas Chatvaraha. Angani Vedas Chatvaraha. There are 4 Vedas and then Angani are there. Angani, Vedangas. There are 6 Vedangas. Okay. Okay, what are the 6 Vedangas? Shiksha, Kalpam, Vyakaranam, Niruttam, Chandas, Jyotisham. Like that, there are 6 Vedangas. What are those 6 again? Shiksha, the science of pronunciation. Because in order to know something, you have to know the language. And in order to know the language, you got to know how to talk the language, speak the language, interpret the language. Everything is there. Therefore, you need these 6 Angas. Angas are what? Limbs, accessories. All right. What are those? Shiksha, science of pronunciation. Kalpam. So let's do Vyakaranam next. Vyakaranam, grammar. Need to know grammar. Shiksha, Vyakaranam, Kalpam. Kalpam. Kalpam means the know-how of rituals. Rituals. Doing rituals is a very big part of Vedic culture. Therefore, that know-how is there in this science called Kalpam. Shiksha, Vyakaranam, Kalpam. Niruptam. Niruptam. There are some words in the Vedas which do not follow this grammatical rules that you are studying in class. And so for that, you need a separate subject called Niruktam, etymology of Vedic words. Okay. Which you and I will not use on a day-to-day basis. That's called Niruktam. Then Chandas. Chandas. all the different ways in which the language is written, the texts are written. So, like this in Bhagavad Gita, you have Anushtup Chandas and Trishtup Chandas. So, that whole science is called Chandas. And then Jyotisham. Jyotisham. Jyotisham is this study of the alignment of celestial objects and their impact on human life. They call it astrology. Okay, let it be so. And so that is called Jyotisham. And zodiac word itself comes from the word Jyotisham. Okay. And so these are all needed. Okay. Jyotisham is also a science. Okay. All right. So Angani Vedas Chatvaraha Mimamsa. Next. Mimamsa. Mimamsa means analysis. Analysis of the Veda mantras, like we are analyzing now. It's called Mimamsa. How do you know? If you don't do analysis properly, we'll get stuck. We'll do our own interpretations and all. And so analysis has to be there. All the debates have to be there. So rational analysis is Mimamsa. Pujita Vicharaha, in fact, that is the word, that's the way they translate it. Pujita Vicharaha. Vicharaha means inquiry, analysis. Pujita, prayerful. Why prayerful? Because it's all going to lead us to Brahma Vidya. Okay, prayerful. Then Mimamsa, Nyaya Vistaraha. Nyaya, logic, rationality. All the Nyaya texts are there. Okay, Tarka Sangraha is there, Tarka. So huge topics these are. We don't even touch on these things. All right, we assume we know all these things, and therefore we are taking that as granted. And wherever needed, we will elaborate on these things. Okay, Nyaya Vistaraha. Then Puranam, Dharma Shastrancha. Puranas are also needed. Part of this count, Puranas. This Itihasa Purana. You bring Itihasa. Because that's where all the Ishvara's Leelas are there. That's where all the values are all hidden. Finally, it's all grammar study is no use. What is the use of studying grammar? Finally, I get depressed. Why? Because I don't know the meaning of a word. Hey, this is not, grammar should make me happy, not sad. So, Puranam, Dharma Shastrancha, Dharma Shastram. Yeah, the guidelines for living, every human being in this world needs Dharma Shastram, whatever Dharma they are following. Dharma Shastram. Cha, Vidyaha, Hi Etaha Chaturdasha. Vidyah Hyetas Chaturdasha. That's this one. 14. How is it 14? Angani is 6. Veda Chatvaraha is 4. 6 plus 4, 10. Mimamsa 11, Nyaya Vistaraha 12, Puranam 13, on the entire group 13, and then Dharma Shastram 14. Okay. So Sangopanga Vedadhyayi. The person who knows all these things is called Sangopanga Vedadhyayi. Okay. So now if you ask that person, what is the purpose of all these things? He will immediately say Brahma Vidya. Immediately. Because the whole purpose of this, they know the purpose of all these. And they will say these are all limbs. All these are limbs, like in the body. These are all limbs, we say. These are limbs, and then legs are limbs, etc. Eyes are also limbs only. Limb means what? Accessory. An accessory is useful only when there is somebody there to use it for the benefit of somebody. So that somebody is called Angi. The accessory is called Anga. Anga is useful. The Anga is relevant only if there is an Angi. That's why for a dead person, nothing is useful. Nothing is useful. Therefore, what is it? Therefore, here also, the dependence is there between Brahma Vidya and all this Chaturdasha Vidya Sthanani. Okay. And so, that is the way to look at the Vedic literature. Vedic knowledge. That's another way to say that Sarva Vidya Ashrayam. Veda, Brahma Vidya is the ashraya for all this. Angari Vedas Chatvaraha, Mimamsa Nyaya Vistaraha. Is the ashraya. Has created. If the Veda were not there, why do you need Niruttam? Why do you need Vyakaranam? Please tell me. It's not needed at all. Why do you need Chandas, Kalpam? Nothing is a Kalpam. All the rituals are there in the Veda only. That's why you got a science called Kalpam. Jyotisham. What time? So why do you have to study Jyotisham? To figure out what time I have to do the rituals. Why should you do the rituals? I want Dharmartha Kama. Why should you? And then after getting Dharmartha Kama, what? Hey, Antakarana Shuddhi is needed. What is the purpose of Dharmartha Kama? Antakarana Shuddhi, because Prasada Buddhi has to be developed. Simply consuming them is not my goal. So, Antakarana Shuddhi. Therefore, Jyotisham is needed for my Antakarana Shuddhi. Why do we need Antakarana Shuddhi? For gaining access to Brahma Vidya. So, everything will lead me. That's the second meaning. Second meaning is what? Now I jumped into second meaning without telling you. Second meaning is what? Brahma Vidya is that which all sciences lead you towards. First meaning is what? Brahma Vidya is the ashraya of all Vidyas. Second meaning is what? Brahma Vidya is that which is the final goal of all the studies. All fields of knowledge should take me towards Brahma Vidya. Okay. That means without Brahma Vidya, our entire study is meaningless. Can we say that? Yeah, we can say that. You can see it already. You can see it already. You can see it. See, just last week, somebody knocked on my door. These people from the bank, they came. These are all young people, very young people, and unmarried young people. Means really young people they are. And the sales manager, marketing manager, they're very big positions there. And they come, they talk about finance and all that. Then I tell them what I am doing. Hey, minimum you should know who you're talking to, you know. And so you can't look at me just as somebody who has a bank account. Okay, come on. Bank account everybody has for as a practical thing. And so I tell them about who I am, what I do. Then what happens? Their language slowly shifts. They are now not talking about money and all. This man said, after all this discussion, he said, "Sir, today's youth are confused," he said. We don't know. Youth means he is referring to himself. We don't know. Okay, what is the goal of life and all, we don't know. We are simply working. This is what he admits. Admits. That is what will happen. Vidya will not bless us unless Brahma Vidya is there in the radar somewhere. Okay. So, therefore, that is also the meaning of this particular Sarva Vidya Pratishtha. We are looking at the word Sarva Vidya Pratishtha. We spent so much time just to understand that word. Two meanings of Sarva Vidya Pratishtha. What is the two meanings? Brahma Vidya created all other Vidyas. That is one meaning. And therefore, Brahma Vidya is the ashraya of all Vidyas. That is one meaning. Second meaning, Brahma Vidya is Sarva Vidya Pratishtha because all fields of knowledge should take me towards Brahma Vidya. So far, so good. Right? All right. All right. So, let's now go back. Go back means here to the text, Moolam. Sarva Vidya Ashrayam Ityarthaha. Then we have to read the next one. So Sarva Vidya Ashrayaha is the first meaning. Now he is going to give the second meaning. Okay. Sarva Vidya Vedyam
Sarva Vidya Vedyam
Va
Va
Vastu
Vastu
Anaya Eva Vijnayate Iti.
Anya
Anaya
Anaya
Eva
Eva
Vijnayate Iti.
Vijnayate Iti.
Yena ashrutam shrutam bhavati.
Yena ashrutam shrutam bhavati.
Amatam matam.
Amatam matam.
Avijñatam vijñatam.
Avijñatam vijñatam.
Iti shrutehe.
Iti shrutehe.
Right. So, sarva vidya vedyam va. Va. Yeah, Maheshji.
It says here in the PDF Vijnayata, or is it Vijnayate is the correct one?
Correct. So, Sandhi is there. Sandhi. Vijñayate becomes Vijñayata. And Gita Press says, Gita Press says, let's see here. Yeah, Vijñayate. So, Vijñayate is Sandhi because it E is following, so it becomes Vijñayata. So, it's not a printing mistake. Vijñayate.
Thank you, thank you.
Va, he says, Sarva Vidya Vedyam Va. Va means what? I'm going to give you another interpretation for the word what? Sarva Vidya Pratishtham. He's saying, Sarva Vidya Vedyam. Sarva Vidya Vedyam. That which should be understood. Sarva Vidya Vedyam means what? Sarva Vidya is right here. Apara Vidya is right here. And then this Brahma Vidya has to be understood by Apara Vidya. It should, that means what? It should lead me towards that. Sarva Vidya Vedyam. It is all preparing me to go towards Brahma Vidya. Sarva Vidya Vedyam. Those days, if you look at the textbooks and all, I saw a textbook in Tamil Nadu of the table of contents, some 1950s, 60s. And you look at it, it looks very different. It looks very different. It has poetry, it has literature, it has Upanishad, it has all these things. High school textbook. Okay? That is it. They knew all these things. They knew the goal of life. The child, by the time the child passes high school, the person knows what is life, etc. The purpose. So he's saying the same thing here. Sarva Vidya Vedyam. Sarva Vidyaya Vedyam. Vedyam is what? To be known. To be learnt. By what? Through the Sarva Vidya. Through this Apara Vidya. Sciences. To be learnt what? Vastu Anaya Eva Vijnayate Iti. What should I know? By all the education I have, I should know Brahma, because Aham Brahma Asmi. That Brahma can't be known really by all these things. Only Brahma Vidya can teach me about Brahma. Apara Vidya cannot teach me about Paravastu. Therefore, what is the role of Apara Vidya? Role of Apara Vidya is to take me towards Brahma Vidya, through which Anaya means through Brahma Vidya, it helps me understand Brahma, which is me, which is my real nature. Okay. So it's slightly complicated sentence. Anaya means Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya is that knowledge through which I know Brahma. Anaya eva jnayate iti, through which I know Brahma. And it is Sarva Vidya Vedyam. It is something that is to be known through all the sciences. Means what? Hey, through all these sciences, I have to come to understand that there are limitations to all this knowledge I have. Everything I have put in my resume is great for some kind of survival, but then it has its limitations. And therefore, how do I break the limitation? I have to come to Brahma Vidya. That is how it just pulls me towards Brahma Vidya. Okay? This is the second meaning. Second meaning, which I already explained to you earlier. All right. That is the meaning of Sarva Vidya Pratishtham. So, in the 7th chapter, I wrote some examples here. 7th chapter, early on, of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. He talks about it. He talks about Jnanam Teham Sa Vijnanam. Jnanam Teham Sa Vijnanam. Idam Vakshyam Yasheshataha. Yajñatva Neha Bhuyonyat Jnatavyam avashishyate. He makes a bold statement there. This is called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. He says, I will teach you, hey Arjuna, I will teach you Jnanam and I will teach you Vijnanam also. He says that. That means what? That means Vijnanam refers to Brahma Vidya. Jnanam refers to everything else other than Brahma Vidya. That is required for me to go towards Brahma Vidya. Correct? So Sarva Vidya is here. This Brahma Vidya is here. Jnanam is here. There the word Jnanam has to be used for Apara Vidya only. So Jnanam, Vijnanam. Idam Vakshyami Asheshataha. Without leaving anything out, I'm going to teach you. Okay. Yajnatva neha bhuyonyat jnatavyam avashishyate. Once I finish teaching this to you, nothing will be left that you have to know. Jnatavyam avashishyate neha bhuyaha anyat. Nothing else will be left. Why? Because you now know Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya is the knowledge of the whole. Everything else, knowledge of parts. Apara Vidya, knowledge of parts. Brahma Vidya, knowledge of the whole. And guess what? The student in the third mantra or something, the student is going to ask the question, because this is only a parampara description, right? And the real, who is the teacher, who is the student has not come yet. It's going to come in the third shloka, I think, third mantra. And after that, he is going to ask the question. Student is going to ask the question, like Nachiketa asked the question to Yamadharmaraja. The student is going to ask. He is going to ask the question, Kasminnu Bhagavo Vijñate Sarvamidam Vijñatam Bhavatiti. I think it is the third mantra. You can look it up. He's saying a pointed question. He's telling me, teach me that if I know, which if I know, everything is as well known. That is the question he's going to ask. Okay? So we can connect these things like that. So, and some other references are there. We don't have to cover it now. And therefore, with those two interpretations are there for us. Okay. Correct. And so this guy who visits me last week himself is my teacher, because he himself he's telling me we don't know the goals of life. He's a very educated guy that tells me this Apara Vidya cannot teach me the goals of life. It is perfect for survival. I can make money with it. I can move places. I can go abroad. Everything I can do with this Apara Vidya. But Paravidya is not there. He's my guru, correct? He's the evidence right there. So, and then Yena Ashrutam Shrutam Bhavati. Shankaracharya is quoting a mantra from Chandogya Upanishad. What I'm saying is supported by the Upanishad herself. And Yena Ashrutam Shrutam Bhavati. That means Yena means by this Brahma Vijnanena, this Brahma Jnanena, by that knowledge, Ashrutam Shrutam Bhavati. What is not heard becomes heard. What is not heard in my entire life of living in this samsara, I've lived so many lives, dharmartha kama, dharmartha kama, dharmartha kama, you will not hear anything about Brahma. Here, Ashrutam Shrutam Bhavati. What is to be heard but not yet heard becomes heard. Amatam Matam Bhavati. Everything. Okay, no, we have to interpret it differently. Sorry, it's not the way to interpret. Even though what I said is right. Ashrutam Shrutam Bhavati means because we have to go back to the definition of Brahma Vidya, which is the cause of every other Vidya. Cause of every other Vidya. So he's saying what is to be heard, all the Apara Vidya that is yet to come. Okay, Shrutam Bhavati. Because of Brahma Vidya only, all these fields of sciences have originated. Okay, I hope you understood why I went back. I took back my meaning and then I'm coming back to another meaning. Okay, so Yena Ashrutam. Ashrutam means what? The sciences which are not yet there. Neurology was not there. Neuroscience was not there 100 years back. Today only the children say, I want to do neuroscience, they say. Neuroscience was there. It was unmanifest. It was unmanifest 100 years back. Today it is manifest. Textbooks are there. course is there, degree is there. Okay. The word computer itself did not exist so many decades ago or 100 years ago or whatever. T.J. Watson says the world will need at most 6 computers, like that T.J. Watson had said. He was the CEO of IBM those days. It's at most 6 computers. Okay? So our whole idea is all gone completely. We are just cancelling our. This is called cancelling. There is a word called cancel. My God, this the language that they are using these days. I'm struggling to find out. Woke, they say all these words. It has now become very mainstream. We have to understand all these words. Sitting here and studying Vedanta, sometimes I have to Google all these words. What is woke? So cancel. अपने को हम cancel कर देते हैं. And so that is what it is. Ashrutam Shrutam Bhavati. Whatever is yet to be heard becomes heard by Brahma Vidya. Amatam Matam Bhavati. Whatever is yet to be conceived and thought of becomes conceived and thought of by Brahma Vidya. Okay. Avijñātam Vijñātam Bhavati. What is not yet known now and yet to be known becomes known by Brahma Vidya. Like that, there is this Chandogya Upanishad says, like that he's saying, Iti Shrutehe. Earlier he said Iti Smritehe. Now he's saying Iti Shrutehe. Why is that Smriti there? Because Manusmriti. Here Shrutehe Upanishad. From the Shruti. Shrutehe is, you can say Panchami. From the Shruti. Chandogya Upanishad Shruti. All right. Next. Sarva Vidya Pratishtham.
Raviji, can you unmute?
Sorry about that.
Sarva Vidya Pratishtham.
Sarva Vidya Pradishtam
Iti cha stauti.
Iti cha stauti
Vidyam.
Vidyam
Atharvayam.
Dharvaya
Yeshtaputrayam.
Yikshtamutraya
Praham.
Agara
Jeshtascha asau.
Jeshtascha Ashavu
Putraha cha.
Prakamsha
Spelling mistake here. All right. Jeshtascha asau putraha cha.
Jeshtascha Adopustraha
Yeah. Anekeshu.
Anekesho
Brahmanaha.
Brahmanaha
Srishti prakareshu.
Srishti Prakareshu
Anyatamasya.
Nitamasya
Srishti prakarasya.
Srishti Prakatasya
Pramukhe.
Voke
Purvam atharva.
Purvam Atharva
Srishtaha iti.
Srishtaka Iti
Eshtaha.
Shaha
Tasmai.
Tasmai
Eshtaputraya.
Yeshtiputraya
Praha uktavan.
Raga Swaha.
Yeah. So now it will be smooth flowing. We did a lot of analysis on just 1 or 2 words. Okay. So now he's saying, what is the moolam? The fourth thing that we have come to the 4th quarter. Jeshtaputraya Atharvaya Praha. That's what he's explaining now. Before that, Sarva Vidya Pratishtam Iti cha Stauti. Stauti. Stavanam Karoti. Praises. Prashamsa karti hai. Okay. So this Iti cha Stauti. The Upanishad is praising Brahma Vidyas by using the word Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. Previously also, Brahma Vidya was praised. How it was praised? Indirectly by saying Brahmaji is teaching, look. Therefore, it must be very important for us. Like that, it was indirectly praising. Now praising directly by saying Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. It is the cause of all fields of knowledge. or it is that to which all fields of knowledge should take me towards. Therefore, also, cha, that is why also cha, that cha is and. Chastauti, there is another phrase also there involved in that word, Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. Like that, Shankara is concluding that part. And now he says, Vidyam Atharvaya Jeshtaputraya Praha is there in Gita Press. And in your book, okay,
Prahaiva.
Praha is there. Praha is there. All right. Praha. Jeshtaputraya Praha. Atharvaya. That Brahma, you can put the word Brahma in front. Brahma, Vidyam. Vidya means this knowledge. Brahma Vidyam. Jeshtaputraya, the eldest son. Who is Atharva? Whose name is Atharva. His name is Atharva. Atharvaya Praha. And Shankara is explaining again. Okay. Jeshtascha asau putraha cha. Jeshta putraha is a samasa which has two words called Jeshta and Putra. Jeshtascha asau putrascha. The son who is the eldest is called Jeshta putraha. Like that, he is taking pains to tell us. He doesn't have to say this, but he's telling us that. Okay. And now some questions will come. I heard Brahmaji, Sanat Kumara and all was the first son and all. All these questions will, people who know all these Puranas and Itihas will raise all these questions. Shankara knows you're going to raise all these questions. And therefore, he's saying, look at this. Anekeshu Brahmanaha Srishti Prakareshu. Hey, this, you don't understand. Look, we talk about many cycles, okay? This one cycle, you don't get stuck with one cycle of creation. Kalpa, many creations are there. This is just one Brahmaji, you know. We know thousands of Brahmajis have been there before this one Brahmaji, okay? Whose stories you have studied. Many Brahmajis were there before. Brahma is a role. You took it to be a name. You can also fill the role of Brahmaji. You do enough Upasanam, you go to Brahmaloka and they will give you that position. Brahmaji is retiring and you can take it up. Okay. Like that, there are many cycles. Look at this. Anekeshu Srishti Prakareshu. Different cycles of creation have been there. Okay. And Brahmanaha Anyatamasya Srishti Prakarasya. Okay. Among that, one particular cycle of creation. In one type of creation, that Brahmanaha Pramukhe Purvam Atharva Srishtaha iti Dreshtaha. In that cycle of creation, which you may not know about, Atharva was the first son. Is this a problem for you to understand? Like that, Shankaracharya is saying. Don't get carried away by all the stories that you read. And if you're carried, if there's a doubt, this is the way to understand it. Atharva was one of the sons, not just one of the sons, first son. Okay. Pramukhe, Purvam, long ago. Pramukhe, he was the first. Atharva Srishtaha, Atharva was created. Means Atharva was born. Iti Jeshtaha. Therefore, Jeshtaputraha, Atharvaya. Tasmai Jeshtaputraya Praha, Proktavan. Proktavan. Shankarajarya is saying Praha. Upasarga is there. Prakarshena means what? Taught. Taught means what? Neha bhuyonyat jnatavyam avashishyate. After knowing which nothing else remains to be known. That prakarshena, that's how clearly Brahmaji taught Atharva. That is the meaning. Praha, not just aha. Aha would have been enough. Uktavan would have been enough. Proktavan. That's what is said here. So, that completes the Bhaashyam of this first mantra. Good. So, that should be clear to you now, I think. So, we can.
Guruji, Prakarasya and Praha Uktaman.
Yeah. Praha is equal to Uktavan. The meaning of Praha is Uktavan. Uktavan means told. Proktavan. Okay. In Gita Press, there is Uktavan. And in your notebook, also it is Uktavan only. Okay, I see.
Praha Uktavan.
Yeah, yeah. Like Prahoktavan, it says. So you have to split it. Praha split. Then Uktavan split. So I need a volunteer. Somebody who can compare your notebook with the Gita Press and just tell me some of the deltas before class so that I can, in the last class, somebody was helping me with that, but she's not attending this course. So if somebody can just volunteer, let me know. Send me a note. So Praha Uktavan. That is the way to split. Praha is equal to Uktavan. Shankaracharya's word is Uktavan. Moolam is Praha. Praha came earlier itself, but again here he is repeating that word, Moolam word, Praha. Okay? Hemaji, correct? You got it?
Thank you.
Yeah. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.